Thank you, Sarah. Susan Wolak, are you out there?
Hi.
Oh, I hear you.
You see me now?
Ah, there you are. Hi, Susan. Where are you calling in from?
I'm in Colorado.
Colorado. And what superhero was it that shared the ER shred with you?
Actually, I've been with Isagenix for 5 years, and originally a high school friend introduced me to the product, and then Ina introduced me to this ER shred. So,
Dr. Ina?
Yeah.
Awesome. We love Dr. Glenn and Dr. Ina. They are fabulous, fabulous people. So what is your passion?
Well, it was and still is for the most part technology, computers. I just retired in January from my full-time job of doing that for a local government agency, and now I'm trying to redesign my future, figure out what's next. I am just kind of taking it easy, working on my health, and doing some side education through video and other trainings and some of the things that I'm interested in, trying to see what's gonna be my next dream, my dream. So,
do you know the ER Shred slogan for 2022?
I probably heard it, but
discover you in 2022. That's our vision for the year. So it sounds like your passion is right alongside with our vision and our goals for the group. So that's really exciting. Right, we've been talking about fate with Lenny. How perfect is that?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your shred journey. How many shreds have you done?
I just finished my 6th shred in March.
Sixth shred in March. All right. So tell us about your shreds.
I do them every month. I have found that for me, this is a lot easier than the original protocol. I lost 30 pounds back in 2017, but it, to me, did not feel as easy as this weight loss process that I've just been going through with you guys doing the ER shred. It just doesn't compare in my mind. So the ease, kind of like what you said, it's a no-brainer. You don't have to worry about counting calories or what the things that really were like mind-blowing to me was the first month that I did it. I really wanted to get off the sugar and the carbs, and I was able to do that successfully after the first shred, and it was so easy not to even be interested in going and getting a high calorie drink, for example. I would, after work, be so stressed I'd grab a beer, or I'd make a mixed drink or whatever, and that became almost a go-to kind of stress reliever for me, unfortunately, during COVID, that I wasn't sure I was going to be able to break that, and it was so easy to do. In October, I didn't have any alcohol for a whole month, so I knew it was easy for me to turn it off, just because of this protocol. And then my stomach began to shrink, so when I was making my meals, I realized it didn't take much for me to cook. I would buy a nice, piece of ribeye steak or whatever, and my eyes were way bigger than my stomach. And it just started getting into a natural flow for me, where I kind of knew what my body wanted. And, one evening it'd be bacon and eggs, and then the next day, gosh, let me make a roast or something, put it in the slow cooker and enjoy it. And so, yeah, I just I totally just jumped in and embraced it, and it was so easy. I just recommend it to everybody.
I love that. I think I've heard you say easy about it half dozen times or more, just when I do reference it. So I just have a question for you. When you came to the protocol, was it the weight loss or was it to try and break the sugar and carb addiction?
The top goal for me was weight loss, because I had lost 30 pounds, but then during COVID, I had gained 40. So I was even worse off than where I was before when I started my weight loss journey. And I wasn't sleeping well. I had acid reflux. I felt like my stomach was up to my throat. I felt bloated. I have neck and back issues from some previous accidents. And so whenever I've gained weight, that it just exacerbates all my issues. So weight loss for me was a priority. And with knowing that I was going to be retiring in January, I wanted to retire even healthier than where I was at. So it was nice to, after 3 months, to see the progress, and then even now 3 months after that, to lose even more weight. So I'm hoping that by July, I'll be turning 60, that I'll be able to lose another 20 or 30 pounds by then and just keep going.
I love that. I do. To be able to enjoy life in retirement, right? There is no age limit on the ER Shred protocol. And I absolutely love that. We do have the disclaimer that we're not treating, curing, preventing anything. But it sounds to me like you've had some pretty significant non-scale victories based on what I'm hearing. So how's your sleep now?
Oh, much better. Before I would lay down on my bed and my hips would hurt. And now when I go to sleep, hips don't hurt. The acid reflux is gone. If it comes back, I know that it was something I ate that, during the day, a culprit that you find along the way with this protocol. But it's just been like, I carry little beef sticks, like 4 or 5 of them in my purse. I never feel like I can't just eat 2 or 3 of those and worry about, stepping outside of the protocol. It's like I've got my go-to things. And during the cleanse, I was doing the cleanse protocol, of course, the original way, and doing it with the bone broth and really not eating just all liquids has really been, it just raised the bar for me on the results. And it's made it a lot easier. And I just drink a ton of water anyway. I'm in Colorado, so we're, the high desert here. So drinking a lot of water is not an issue. But having the tools and the solutions there when you're doing your cleanse just it makes the world of difference. And consistency, almost every month I've lost between 7 and 10 pounds. So I'm always kind of in that knowing. And when I go back on maintenance, even if I, like over the holidays, I don't know if you saw my little chart I posted one time, because I wanted people to know it's not like a straight,
It's life.
It's not just a straight angle. And so, I had my bumps. I could have lost more weight during the holidays, but I was like, I am not in a hurry. I want to do this so I can get healthy along the way. And, having a consistent protocol to lean on and do a shred every month has been great.
I love that. And I hope that everybody goes into the group and looks at your before and after photos, because I did see those the other day. They are fantastic. I also want to talk more about, you had the holidays, right? That was life. I don't think anybody in our community is judging that by any means, because we are here and it's the tracks to run on. And sometimes our tracks veer a little bit, but we're all here to support being on those tracks. But the other thing is too, you have those bumps on the journey. And I appreciate you acknowledging that, because I think there's a lot of times where people get stuck. And if they don't see that line making that downward trend the whole time, it can get in their heads. So I appreciate that you put that out there for people, because people need to understand and accept that, you know? I shared some things too where people are like, oh, that might be a little too much information. But frankly, in the ER Shred community, we don't worry about that kind of stuff, because bodily functions are part of the process as well. And ladies, there are certain times of the month where you're going to see that number go up if you step on the scale. And we need to understand it's okay. Because during some of my learning, I learned that my uterus is going to gain 2 pounds the week prior to my cycle every month. And I can't let those 2 pounds define me, but I used to do that. We have to let those bumps and curves of that road on our journey be okay, because that's the growth and the empowerment. So I'm excited that you're sharing that. And I see you got something else. Go for it.
I was just going to say, I only weigh myself before the shred and after the shred. And then I don't weigh myself any other time during the month. Somebody really reinforced my belief that your body floats around the scale all, every day. And if you're focusing on those everyday minutia moments, it can really bring you down. And so when I do the shred weight before I do my shred, and I take my weight after I do my shred, and I use your tracking sheet to measure where I'm at. That is something legit that I can hang on to, so that by the time the next shred comes along, I have in my mind where I left off. Even if I had gained 3 or 4 pounds, I don't know, I won't know. And then when it's time to do the shred again, I'll take my weight and then I'll do the shred. And if I gain 2 pounds before I do the next shred, all of that comes off and more. And so, it's just this, back up and back down. It's just a stair step. And so I've just come to not worry about it.
And I just need the people in the back to hear that as well. The day-to-day changes are going to mess with your head. I 1000% agree with you. And so I hope, and I've seen people starting to get there, right? So many of us suffer from this toxic scale syndrome, where we have to see it every day. And you see that fluctuation because, oh, maybe I drank more water the day before. Maybe I went to the gym differently. Maybe I did, but they don't connect that act with the stupid number of gravity, right?
Yes.
The scale is the number of gravity. And so I really hope that people are hearing you, because that is so important for us to realize.
Probably one of my biggest lessons to learn during this ER shred protocol. And I really like just feeling my clothes get looser on me. So, when my pants began to get so loose, I needed to, get into a smaller size. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I'm there. Wow. And so that's how I learned. It wasn't by how much I weigh. It was because my pants were falling off. So
that's so exciting. So what's your biggest piece of advice to help people make that mindset shift?
Follow the protocol and trust the process. I don't know how anyone couldn't get hooked after their first 11 days. I don't know. So everybody's different. You'd have to ask them why they don't want to continue. And, I know some people may not like doing the 2 shakes and meat meal, even after the 11-day shred. And that's something that's up to them. But, I just find that if I want to go out to a restaurant with my friends, that I can find things on the menu that is primarily meat-based and still enjoy a cocktail every once in a while, and not have it cause a hiccup in my process. It just is, it's fine. I can totally control my life and how things are going right now.
So I hear easy and I hear in control.
Yep.
And that just makes my heart so happy. So thank you so much, Susan. What a great share. We appreciate you. Is there anything else on your heart you want to share that we didn't get into?
No, I just wish the best for everybody. That if you haven't started, jump in. There really isn't a reason not to. You're going to be blown away with your results.
I agree with you 100%. Thank you so much, Susan.